it's Rachel. Today I'm back with another video. This time I'm in my B6 Stalogy and we are going to plan for the week. Not quite the week ahead, it's actually Wednesday night. No, it's not, it's Tuesday night. And up, guys, my brain is that emoji. You know the emoji with the like explosion head? That's been my brain for weeks. I'll explain a little bit more about where I've been. I know that I've just like casually disappeared and then I'm like, hey, guess who's back? But I will explain. I think you should hopefully have seen a whole video before this, and I did say I would explain in this video where I've been. Just a quick disclaimer, this is going to be very, very chatty. I'm probably going to be all over the place. I feel like I've not lost my planning mojo. I still love my planners, but I've lost my, what should I say? I've lost the ability to film. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, so there's probably going to be a whole lot of stuff. And also I'm going to be talking a lot, and when I talk a lot, I do tend to make mistakes and stick the things down in the wrong places. If that's going to annoy you, maybe click off this video and go and watch something else. Also, I'm going to talk about some stuff in this video that's probably going to be a bit sad, and I don't want to trigger anyone, but there is ill health. I'm going to use the C word and then you'll know what I'm talking about. If that's something that's going to trigger you, please don't watch. It's not me and the kids or Chris. I'll let you know that because I know some of you might get concerned about that. So that's fine. We're all fine. But maybe click off if you are going to be upset by that. But if you're okay and you want to carry on, then I'm definitely happy to have you here. I've missed you guys. I've missed you guys. And thank you to everybody that sent me a message asking me where I was. I physically knew where I was, as in my location, but just generally in my life and my my brain. Yeah, no, kind of still don't. Anyway, so some things that have changed since my last video. I have moved back into my Moterm. This is a Moterm Plus. This is the B6, and it is the one that can just carry a little bit more of a chunk, and it's got the two little poppers there, so you can choose where you want to pop it. I'm still on the first one at the moment. I'm not needed to move yet, but I will do soon. There is an unboxing of this on my channel, and I'm pretty sure that I do a comparison with the normal as well, so maybe go and find that if you're interested more in the sizing and the stats of this planner. Also, I've changed out what's inside my jelly cover. This is actually a journaling card that came in one of my orders from Krell's Creations. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm just so in love with it, so I had to stick that in there as well. It is a B6 sized journaling card and it fits in nicely. Now then, shall we do a bit of a catch up in here? So I have been using my planner, only this planner, and I've been keeping up to date in my book log with post-it notes, but only these two planners whilst I've been gone. I think I'm a week behind and I've not caught up on that Mother's Day week, but I've got my post-it notes in, but I'm not too up to date in the beginning bit. So shall we sort of have a look through and fill in anything that I need to fill in as we go along, and then get to the weekly spread. Like I said, this is going to be chatty, it's probably going to be long, it's probably going to be all over the place, but if you want to bear with me, bear with me. So let's get in here and see what I've got to catch up on. These are all okay, I think. So yeah, where have I been? That is a good question. That is a good question. Looking through, there's not actually anything that I need to catch up on, I don't think. Apart from, there is a film that I need to put in here, but I can't remember the name of it. The new Ant-Man one. It was on Disney Plus. Chris made me watch it. It was alright. It was okay. It was stupid until, I'm not going to do a spoiler because it's not that old, that film, is it actually? But it was stupid until a certain villain came in and looked a certain way, and I was like, nah, I'm out. That's just pathetic. But yeah, anyway. So I did do my May setup off camera. I needed my planner, but I just wasn't in the right headspace to come on and film. So we'll go through it now and I'll just quickly catch up. So we are here on the 22nd. So yeah, where have I been? It was an unintentional break, I'll give you that. This is cancelled now. Yeah, I didn't plan on taking a break, but so much stuff happened all at once. And it was like, I just couldn't cope with it. Or I could cope with it, but I couldn't come on here and be like, hey guys, it's Rach, and be happy and bubbly and all of that stuff, because it just wasn't real at the time. So yeah, I decided to take a little bit of a break. I didn't know how long it was going to be for. In fact, genuinely, I just thought that I was going to like pop back on, you know, oh, I'll film tomorrow, well, I'll film tomorrow, and it just never happened and never happened. And I think I did do a few pre-filmed videos go up, But I think it's been about a month since I've actually filmed. It's been the week before the builders came, actually, which was the 17th of April. So that's how long I've been gone. I think it's the 23rd today. So yeah, so what happened to start with was I got E. coli. I'm absolutely fine now. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it's horrible. I don't know where I picked it up from. The kids didn't get it. Chris didn't get it. I just genuinely don't know. But I got it on a weekend and I ended up spending 5.5 hours in our walk-in centre because it was that busy in there. So I'm just filling in my mood tracker. We went for a day at the arcades on South Pier on that day, and it was fun actually. We had some of those, you know, they're like the bean canteen money boxes. The kids had one of those each and they were full, so we opened them. We went and spent all that. Yeah, anyway, so I was quite poorly from that for a little while. I was okay. I had the bellyache and other stuff that you can imagine that comes along with it. But it was the tiredness and the fatigue afterwards that really, really got me. It absolutely floored me. And then at the same time as that going on, I have a relative who, I'm not going to go into this too much because it's a family thing, you know, and it's, I don't want to put my business all over the internet. But the thing is, I don't want to be one of those people that is all nicey smiley on the internet like my life's amazing and everything's great when it's not. Things happen and things go wrong and people get poorly and life kicks my bum sometimes and it's hard. And I wouldn't be being true to myself or true to you guys if I didn't come and tell you that. Now, all of this that I'm going to tell you, I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just telling you this because if nothing else, I want people to know that when things go wrong in their lives, like you're not the only one, it happens to everybody, you know? I want people to watch this and to just feel some sort of solidarity that we all have crappy things going on in our lives, you know? I want it to make you guys feel better that not everybody is, you know, living an amazing life on top of a hill in a big house with, I don't know, a lifetime supply of tacos. I don't know. That would make me happy, by the way, in case you wondered. Okay, so we're good for today. So yeah, anyway, I have a family member who had a cancer diagnosis just after the end of COVID, really. And I never mentioned it on the channel. I'm not going to say who it is. But as I did say before, it is not my direct family. It is not me or Chris or the kids. So don't worry about us, we are fine. But they had some chemotherapy and we thought that it was gone. And after a scan, it turned out that it wasn't. And they had to have surgery the week after I got E. coli it was, so I couldn't go and visit. Now, the person who had it is older, so not a spring chicken anymore, not able to heal as nicely as maybe some of us younger ones would be able to. I'm 41 this year, I don't know why I'm counting myself as a young one. Do you know what, I'm just going to move on to the week because I can't concentrate and talk. But yeah, I think I did loosely show you how the week turned out then, and I have been catching up. So this week is last week. I need to move on to this one, and I'm just going to do the cousin layout because then I can work with it. The kit I'm going to be using as well is the front porch one from Grand Plans, and I printed it myself. I'm probably not going to talk too much about what I'm doing in here. This is just going to be more of a chat. I did say that. So anyway, yeah, so oh, I don't want to overshare, but I don't want things to not make sense. So the operation was successful. Well, no, I say that the operation went well. We don't know if it's been successful and removed the cancer yet. The operation went well, but there was complications. The person ended up having, so they had a stoma put in for one reason or another, and it wasn't working correctly, and then in hospital they got COVID, and then they've ended up with a urine infection, and what was supposed to be a 3 to 5 day stay in hospital has ended up being about a 4-week one, and they have just come home a couple of days ago. But when I say they're not great, it's not they're not great as in life-threatening, but the recovery is being much harder than we expected it to be. And for a while there, whilst I had E. coli, obviously I didn't want to go and visit in the hospital. Our current rules over here are that you can go and visit somebody who's got COVID. So when I was better, I did go and visit. We were allowed to visit. but I had to spend quite a bit of time not visiting, and that was kind of hard because I wanted to go and see them and just let them know that I was thinking of them and stuff like that. So whilst that was going on, Dexter got poorly. He ended up with tummy ache and diarrhea again, and when I took him to the vets, there was a huge hole near his butt. Sorry, this is going to be butt and poo heavy, this story, so again, if this is not your thing, maybe click off this video. And the vet said to me that it could be one of two things. It could be an infection, which they would treat with antibiotics, or it could be the C word. And as you can imagine, I was absolutely devastated. Now, I'm not an idiot. I know that my boy is old. I know that he's in his last part of his life. And that doesn't make it any easier, to be honest. So yeah, we had to do the antibiotics thing. And we had to go back after 2 or 3 days, and they wanted to have a look and see if the hole had disappeared. It was about 1 centimetre big actually, and it was horrific looking. Oh, I'm really sorry if this upsets anybody. Anyway, we went back and we saw a different vet, and she said to me, well, I'm going to think that it's the infection. I don't think he's been taking the antibiotics long enough for it to make a difference and for it to disappear, but obviously I can't say 100%. I'm just going to have a look for some headers. So she gave us another 10 days of antibiotics, and we carried on giving him that, but his toileting was horrific. So I had to change his diet to just rice and chicken. Should we go with some foil? Yeah, I had to change his diet to just rice and chicken because he seemed to be not enjoying his food very much because it was giving him some diarrhea, which was really bad. And he had to come off his meloxicam, which is his arthritis medication, because they were concerned about his liver, because he's an older guy, and that's a side effect of taking that medication is that it can cause kidney disease, which I've had to take in a sample for him because now they think he might have, not because of the medication, just generally because he's a 15-year-old dog and he's coming towards the end of his life, and that is what happens. You know, a lot of dogs do get kidney disease. So I've had to take in a sample just yesterday. They're going to call me and let me know. Now, she said it doesn't mean that we'll have to have him put down or anything. When he gets to his end days, it will probably result in kidney failure. But maybe there's some medication that he can take while he's in the earlier stages of it. Should we do a pink? Do I have 7 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do this. These are just a sampler from Stick It Pretty that I think I got in an order. Yeah, so... But he has got terrible, terrible, terrible diarrhea. So he's got colitis, which is inflammation of the colon, which is affecting it. I had to take him off the chicken and the rice because a side effect of too much chicken is diarrhea, and a side effect of too much rice is diarrhea. He was on some penicillin, and the side effect of that was diarrhea. Possible side effects was diarrhea. And he was on probiotics, but if he had too much of that, a side effect of that was diarrhea. And then they took him off the meloxicam, but he could actually have children's Calpol. Please, nobody do this to your dog without your own vet's recommendation, but my vet told me to do this for Dexter. So just normal kids, sugar-free Calpol, and she measured out how much he weighed and how much I should give him. And a side effect of that was diarrhea. So he's on all these different things, and he is a sensitive tummied dog. He always has been. So that wasn't helping. Oh, it was just a nightmare. And this is going to be a TMI, but his poor little doggy butt was just a mess. As in, not a mess unclean. I obviously do clean him, but like, you know, hemorrhoids, you know. Currently having a bit of treatment for that, but apart from that, you know, he's not doing too bad. So I have booked him in for an injection that is now available on the market for dogs with arthritis. I think it's called, like, I can tell you actually what it's called because I stuck the little thingamabobber in here, Librela, but I think I spelt it wrong. It's 1 L and not 2. So he's going to have that injection. He's going to have that at the weekend. You can see how much it's going to cost me, £72.50. Yeah, he's going to have that at the weekend, and dogs have had mixed results on it. Some dogs have been getting 6 months worth of pain relief from it. Some dogs have been getting a month, so it really is dependent on the dog and how he just reacts to it. So I'm going to hope that we're going to get more than, you know, just a month, otherwise it's going to be quite costly, but we'll see how it goes. And that's another thing, just the stress of all of that. And again, I'm not trying to give you a sob story, I'm just trying to be honest with you about things that have been going on. But as you know, he's been at the vets a lot lately, and we are really starting to struggle to pay for it all. He's not insured because he's too old to be insured. He's got too much going on, so we can't get him insured. So it's all literally just coming out of our pocket. And it is a struggle. It is a struggle. He was supposed to have that injection earlier, and if I'm going to tell you the truth, I had to cancel it because we couldn't afford to pay for it, and I've had to move it to when we've got a bit more money, which breaks me actually, because he could have had that earlier and been feeling better. But anyway, yeah, so, and then just going along with the money thing, it didn't help that Chris's bike broke down again, and he had to take it to the garage again. Now, it is under warranty, so we didn't have to pay for any repairs or anything. He bought this bike in January, and it's on finance, and it's the third time that something's happened to it. But this particular time, the electrics on the indicators had gone and they were not working at all, so he couldn't drive it. It wasn't legal to drive it. So he had to take it into the garage. They got it on Friday 2 weeks ago, and they only just repaired it today, and he's got it back today, which has meant that he's had to spend the last, what will it be? I think it's nine days, because he had a day off. The last 9 days getting the train every day, and a return is £8.60. £8.60 a day on travel, which we just did not need to be spending. Who has stolen my scissors? As if I didn't know. Aha, nobody, they're here. Sorry, Paige. Yeah, so the stress of that and having to ring them up every day and just saying, you know, I said to the guy, look, I know you probably really don't care, but we are genuinely in a pickle. I didn't say in a pickle, but we are genuinely, you know, stuck getting the train every day, and he's got to get there. He's got to go to work. There's no two ways about it. And it is costing us an absolute fortune. So, yeah. All of that altogether was just a bit too much for me, and I just kind of went a bit AWOL. And I'll tell you the truth, there were definitely some days when I would take Paige into school. I would get back home at around, oh, this is stuck. I don't want this to stick. Oh, I think we're okay if I'm careful. There we go. Yeah, I would take Paige into school. I would get back at about 9:15, and I went back to bed, and I set my alarm to go back off when she needed picking up, and I just stayed in bed all day, and I slept because I just thought, you know what, if I sleep the day away, then I don't need to think about all of this crap that's going on in my life at the moment. There's only so much a person can take, you know what, and I'm a pretty glass half full person, I like to think. I genuinely am. I'm a glass half full, and I try and see the best, and I try and think, oh well, you know, it is what it is, and we'll just get on with it. But I have a limit, and I reached it, and I just needed to take that time. So yeah, that is where I have been and what has been going on. I hope none of that's upset anybody. That's not my intention, and I'm not looking for lots of sympathy. You know, shit happens in people's lives, but I just wanted to be truthful with you guys because you're my friends. You know, I know it sounds silly. You're my YouTube friends. I genuinely value all of you being here. And some of you I have made proper nice little friendships with, you know, outside of YouTube now, which is really nice. And I do value that. And I just wanted to think, if it says to somebody, do you know what, everybody has a crap life, I don't need to feel so bad, everybody goes through stuff, then that is my reasoning for telling you. So yeah, but I'm here. I'm here, I'm okay, and we're going to try and get back to regular videos, just because I really missed it. It wasn't the fact that I didn't want to film. I just couldn't come on here and be like, hey, everyone's amazing, life's amazing, because it just kind of wasn't. So yeah, that's that. But how are you guys? I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're all doing okay. What date do I want here? The 22nd, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to see Greece. I went to see a a show on Friday night with my friend, and it was the police officer or the detective who solved the Peter Tobin serial killer crime. It was really, really interesting. I just realised I'm going to Greece this week, as in the show, not the place. I wish I was going to the place, the 22nd. Yeah, but the show will have to do. Got a lot of catching up to do. Something else that I've done, which you guys don't know about yet, is I have set up, finally, my home in 80 weeks. Now, I know we're going into June, but we are going to back planning that, just because I've got loads of really nice kits and just because I want to. So, yeah, we are going to back plan in that. So, what went on yesterday? Yesterday, I'm going to mark that I had to take all the girls to school because my friend... trigger warning again. She rang me in a panic first thing in the morning. She cut her finger quite badly and needed to go in. She didn't need stitches in the end. We thought she might do. But she had, what do you call it? Sutures? Those sticky, strippy things. So I had to take all of the girls into school. I'm going to put school on. I'm only writing this because nothing else exciting went on. And I'm just going to put the initials of all three of them. It was crazy as well. It was one of those days where everybody, because it was Monday, so everybody had everything to go back into school. So we had a packed lunch for Paige, 3 drinks bottles, 3 reading books, 3 school bags. One of them wouldn't wear a coat, so that was in a bag that I was carrying. And I was like, I mean, I will help my friend out anytime. Like, she helps me out a lot too. We kind of have a nice friendship where I know that if I need her to pick up the kids or if I just need her for anything, she's there like that, and I'm the same. So that is fine. It's absolutely fine that she needed my help. I'll do it as many times as she needs. However, next time it's my turn to take all the kids to school on my own, I'm definitely taking all their stuff in a wheelie suitcase because, man, my arms were aching at the end of it. It was madness. Right then, today is Tuesday, and today I went to Tesco with my mum. And we just did a bit of shopping, just a bit of food shopping, nothing exciting. In fact, all we did actually was go round and just moan about the prices that have gone up. It's absolutely crazy in the UK at the moment how much prices of things have gone up. For instance, in Tesco's there is a orange cake mix that you can put in the oven, or you can put it in your air fryer, or you can put it in your bread maker if you've got one, and it makes a nice orange loaf, or you can do it as cupcakes, whatever. And we used to buy that quite often. Like, sometimes mum would go and she'd just pick me one up. They were £1. They were £2.70 today. We didn't buy them. They were £2.70 today, and I'm not joking, I nearly collapsed in the aisle when I saw it. How is that okay? I understand that things have gone up. Some things have gone up crazy and stupid. But how is that okay? That's not okay. It's far too much, you know. And I don't want to have to think to myself, well, I'll have that, but, you know, this is going to be a treat. This is a luxury. A packet of cake mix that used to be £1. Are you absolutely joking? So, yeah. But something else exciting that happened today was our tablet got delivered. Now, I know that I've just said to you that we are struggling a little bit at the moment because of the vet's bills, but it was a free tablet that came when we redid our phone contracts, because we're with Sky. We moved from Vodafone to Sky, and every phone contract that we moved over there with them, we got 25% off. So the bill ended up being £54.99 previously, when Chris and I were both over with Vodafone, because they'd put on some deals, but his contract ended before mine did, so they took all the deals off, and my phone ended up at £54.99. So we moved it to Sky, and we got it for £17.99 with a free tablet. Yes, please. And I was like, is this tablet definitely free? There's no, like, in 5 months' time, I've got to start paying for it. There's no line rental. Is that a thing with tablets? You're not going to charge me for data. I just want to use it on my Wi-Fi. And he was like, no, honestly, that's it. So I was like, right, okay. But annoyingly, the phone, sorry, I can't spell. Word. I can't spell and talk. The phone that was with this, the actual phone that we got, didn't arrive. So a huge box came and it was just a tablet inside, and I was like, that's a bit weird. So I did the tracking and there was sort of nothing there that I could see. So Chris rang them before and they were like, you've refused the parcel. I was like, how can we have refused the parcel when the tablet is in my hand? We did not refuse the parcel, so we had to cancel the original phone and then redo the whole thing again. So it's going to come in a couple of days, but hopefully that same thing won't happen again. Okay, good morning. It's the next day. It's now Wednesday morning. I've just dropped Paige into school. She went in really nicely. That was another thing that ended up going on. She started crying again. Now, she didn't know anything about the relative that is poorly, but she did know that Dexter wasn't too good. She didn't know what had gone on at the vets and stuff and what the vets had said, but she could see at home that he wasn't very well, because he really wasn't very well. So I don't know whether that sort of knocked her out of sync, but yeah, she went in nicely this morning, and that was good. I'm just going to write that we picked up Chris's bike yesterday, or he picked up his bike yesterday from the garage. What did I do with my tweezers? The kids have been on the table this morning. This is actually our breakfast table that I'm on, and I just put a tabletop cover down to film. So when I got up this morning, everything had been moved because Chris had used the table to iron, because he can't be bothered to get the ironing board out. And Jensen had had his breakfast on it, so all of my stuff was piled up nicely. They'd looked after it, but it was piled up on the little table at the side, and I was like, oh, I should have thought to put this lot away this morning. Anyway, let's write down then what we had for dinner. Do I have a little icon sticker that I can stick on there? So yeah, she's gone in nicely this morning, which is nice. I hate it when she gets upset. It's horrible. I know that she's fine after I've left, but walking away, well, she's absolutely screaming. It's just not very nice. But she was happy this morning because they do a little book swap thing in Paige's playground, and one of the teachers comes out with a trolley, and it's got all books on that people have donated or people have previously swapped before you, and then you can take a book in that you finished with so somebody else can enjoy it, and then you get to swap a book. Well, she took 4 books this morning. And I was kind of like, I know you've took 4 books in, but we don't need to bring 4 books back, you know? Maybe you could just bring 4 in and bring a couple back, thinking like, oh, we can get the massive stack of books down. But she did find 4 that she liked, so I did let her bring them. Or they're still at school in the drawer, because I get a lift home from school, and it was heavy enough carrying. The books that she took in were all books that were a bit young for her now, so they were thinner books. And she's picked up massive books, so I was like, yeah. We'll leave those at school in your drawer, and we'll pick those up later on when we've got a lift. How about that? So that's what we did. And I've just taken the doggies for a walk. Dexter really doesn't make it very far at the minute because he's got no medication apart from the odd bit of Calpol for his arthritis. So he just makes it to the church at the end of the road. So that was nice. Had a little walk. I've left the back door open today because it's a really nice day. So Effie is currently, I can see her because I'm at the back window with the table, and she's just scruffing around in the back garden living her best life. Dexter has been outside for a minute and he's gone back to chill out on his bed, bless him. So yeah, so I'm looking for a couple of stickers to mark Tesco with my mum. We had that tablet delivered. I did phone them after, was that before I spoke to you? No, I spoke to you afterwards and told you, didn't know what happened with that. I did get an email this morning from DPD. So that phone that was missing from that order should be being delivered at some point today. But I guess we'll see. You know what these things are like. I just thought, you know, I know we talked about this yesterday or 2 minutes ago for you guys, but I thought, how are you sitting there telling me that I refuse this delivery when I'm telling you that I've got the tablet in my hand? The phone was missing from the box. Honestly. I don't know how they make these mix-ups. What can I find? I definitely need a shopping one. I know I've got some paper case shopping bags. I'm going to use this actually, am I? No, because it's not the right kind of shopping, is it? Everything that's clothes shopping or treat yourself shopping, it's not grocery shopping, is it? And I do need a tablet. I need a bike sticker as well. Right, so let's use this one for Tesco's. We'll go with the blue one because the box is pink. Okay. I'll leave it on here because I want to put a box down that's going to overlap. I'll just put that on there for now. Tablet and also bike. Oh, and you don't belong on there, do you? Oh no, I'll sacrifice that sticker, but I'd really rather not sacrifice the paper K one. Oh no. Oh dear. Never mind. I don't have many tablet stickers, as you can see, because I'm struggling to find something. It's not something that I use a whole lot, to be honest. For me, it's just a portable TV. I don't really use it for anything. Whenever I first got mine, I put everything on it that's on my phone, you know, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube Studio and all of that. But I just still use my phone. I just still use my phone because these phones, you know, the screens are big enough, aren't they? I can't show you that bit at the bottom because it's got a phone number on it just in case it gets lost. But these screens are big enough to do, you know, what you need to do. So it just became sort of like a portable TV that I would just watch upstairs. But now I read more than I watch telly. I don't really use it for that either. But Chris is going to use it. He's going to watch football and stuff on it, so that's fine. I can keep mine as a TV. He wants to put some apps on it that you probably can't put on mine because mine's an older one now. I'm not finding anything. Can we use that as a tablet, do you reckon? Let's use this as a tablet. So that can go there. And then one for a bike. But I really don't know if I've got any bike stickers. I might have a sheet from Paper K that's in a haul that I just did. But that pile is over there. Oh, here we go. That pile is over there. Now I know that this is a push bike. And Chris has obviously got a motorbike. But I do think it's quite funny just to mark it down with that. So let's do that. Imagine if he went all the way home on a bike like that. He goes quite a long way. His commute is about probably about 50 minutes on his bike. If he was to get the bus, when the bike was in the garage, we had a look at what our options were. There wasn't a train that was quick enough in the morning to get him to work on time. The first train was not quick enough. And so I was like, oh, there's a bus. I know there's a bus. An hour and 38 minutes the journey would have been on the bus. I was like, yeah, no. He managed to find somebody to pick him up and give him a lift. He gave them petrol money, obviously. So that was quite good. Right then, I'm going to mark that Paigey swapped some books in the book swap. Just because it was fun. She enjoyed doing it. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to put Paige book swap. There we go. And then I think I've just got 2 more things to put on. I'm going to see a show with my friend on Friday, as I mentioned, and also tomorrow we've got a parent workshop, which means that I can go into school. I think we're making sock puppets, which is quite cute. We're going to make sock puppets, so we'll mark that down. We did do one previously and it was making sandwiches, which is quite fun. But the problem is Paige is a really fussy eater, and what they had to do was get a piece of paper. The teacher drew all the ingredients up on the board. So there was cheese, ham, tuna, salad, sauces. Like, she doesn't like any of it. So she drew this amazing sandwich and then built this amazing sandwich and then wouldn't eat it. And I couldn't eat it because I'm a vegetarian. So my friend Jess, her husband, went with her kid who's in the same class as Paige. It's Jess who gives me a lift sometimes in the morning. Her husband ate it. I was like, eat that one as well. And he ate that. So I wanted somebody to enjoy the sandwich that she'd made. She understood that I couldn't eat it because I didn't eat that kind of food. But yeah, I was like, oh, bless her. She can't make this and then nobody eat it. So he ate it. He took one for the team and had 2 sandwiches. I'm sure he had no problem with taking 2 sandwiches. Chris was at work, so he wasn't able to come that day. Okay, and then I'm just going to write on here. I'm going to see Greece with Alison, and I am very excited about it. I will definitely be getting up and having a boogie when all the songs come on. We obviously went to see that murder show that I told you about. I'm going to put it down here actually, it's an afternoon one, last week. But the thing that we went to see before that was when we went to see the Rocky Horror Show, and I'd actually I don't think I'd ever seen it before. Had I seen it years ago? I don't think I'd ever seen it before. I loved it. I obviously was familiar with some of the songs. Yeah, I had a boogie at that. I do like getting up at a show and having a dance. I'm that annoying person. You know, the majority of people do. I'm not going to do it on my own, but if it's like half do and half don't, I'm in the do camp. Why not? Have a dance. Let's do it. Right, let's put down that we are doing a wash then. I currently have a wash in my washing machine ready to go out. I don't know about you guys, but we have had some of the most amazing weather lately. It's been absolutely gorgeous. And on Saturday, or Sunday it was actually, we went, I think I told you, and went to the pier. And the weather was just beautiful. We took a picnic with us and we sat down on the end of the pier and ate our picnic, and it was amazing. It was just so you'd forget how beautiful it is living in a seaside town. Because I'm not a tourist and I live here, you take for granted all the things, but actually when we went, Chris and I both said, there's so many things for us to do here. Let's be tourists. In the summer holidays with the kids, let's go and do everything and visit all the attractions and just have loads of fun. So that's what we've decided we're going to do. So that's it for today. I don't think I have anything else to put on for the weekend. I think we are done. I realised yesterday after I put this scribbled it out, I have an erasable pen and I can just erase it. You can kind of see where it's been, but I don't really mind. And also, I wrote that on the wrong day. It needed to go down there, but never mind. You can see all the vets. Loads of vets trips, honestly. It's crazy. Some of them I've not even written in, but we've been going for months and months. Yeah, crazy. But anyway, I think that is it for today. Let's have a look what I've got left in this kit then. When I first started filming this video, I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, but I've sort of woken up this morning, switched the camera on, and I feel like I've got my mojo back. Let's stick this back on. There we go. That's for that one as well. Maybe I need a book sticker to go on there as well. Do I have a book sticker? Oh, there's one right there. Very handy. Doesn't really matter about the overlay on this one either because there's not anything directly next to it. Yes, that is it for today, I think. Let's see what we've got left over here. I've got a whole page that I didn't even touch. These checklists are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to save them for something else. In fact, actually, I might put one on for the week. In fact, let's put one on. I don't have anything else going on for tomorrow. So let's pop it on there. I do have a couple of things that I need to write on. Number one, I need to set up the SIM card, because I'm bringing my phone number over, so I need to go and get one of those code things that you get to take the phone number over. I've had the same phone number, must be for about 15 years, so I dare not change it. I definitely couldn't remember to give it to everybody that's got it, and companies and all of that stuff that need it. So I dare to not change it. I do want to do a de-stash because I am pretty desperate to raise some extra funds at the moment. I don't have many pennies at the moment at all. You might be thinking, well, why are you going to a show then? That's been booked for absolutely ages, like way before Christmas. And then there's something else. I need to sort out my link tree. I've got a few codes that I need to put on there. Oh, and I need to ring the opticians. I got my glasses and they are a pinky purple transparent frame. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're Ray-Bans. I love them. But they had like a little nick in the frame on the inside, and because they're transparent you could see it through, and it really annoyed me. I could see it in the mirror, and I left it, but then Chris noticed it as he was looking at me, so I was like, I'm going to have to take these back. So I need to check up on those. He said he'd have to order another front frame, and I only took them in on Friday of this week, which I have not planned. But yeah, anyway, so I have got this sheet here left. I've got lots of bits on here to go on for the week, and I have also got some full boxes left. I've got 4 full boxes left, which is definitely enough to do a spread in my task planner. But for now, that's going to be it from me for today. If you like this video, if you can give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, I love you forever, and I'll see you soon. Bye!